Greetings, housemates, and welcome back to part 2 of Let's Play XCOM Art of War. For this mission, I should have looked up the name of the mission, but, you know, it was a little frustrating where everything froze while I was doing so well, but thankfully there is autosave. So, it is time to figure out what the hell I'm doing. We had this guy shoot at someone, and that froze the game. So I'm going to take this shot first this time. Because maybe that changes stuff. Okay, he panics. Hopefully no one chain panics. No. Okay, at least someone held in there. Now here, we've got our hit and run sniper. Question is, who can we hit? I think we can pop this guy up here. No, this is our operator. What am I saying? Lone Wolf. Is Lone Wolf on? Yeah. Oh, nearby officer and Lone Wolf. Double tap is available. Let's get some hollow targeting. Just put a shot on this guy. I was gonna say hopefully it won't destroy that meld, but she panics too. Oh, come on. Wow, is the chain panic brutal today. Well, with that cover gone, this is our lead. Let's pick this guy off. Nailed. Here's our Harrier. Could have got that flank shot. We'll move up. Try and bullseye this guy. We probably didn't actually use the bullseye shot. Yeah, that was silly. But whatever. We're gonna use a good bit of ammo to flush this thing. And then because it's a double tap, we can still take a shot. Some Overwatch here. Maybe this guy will flee into our vision. He's gonna take a 20% shot. Oh, that was good. Oh, there's a door protecting us. Still. Alright, some people's panic remains. Some people get over it. Get over it. Okay, hollow targeting is the name of the game, I believe. Roger that. We're going to use our pistol to apply hollow targeting because we're going to rely on other people to actually hit this thing. Take this freebie shot. Nice, but ooh, the damage reduction. That is okay. I'm on the move. I have faith here. I don't see any Overwatch, and I believe we've killed enough enemies that we're probably doing well. 85% chance, there's 2 of them, and with, yeah, 6 damage from tons of crits. Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get him to spit on us, and then we're gonna ruin his day, I think.
Okay.
His day is probably ruined either way, but if he spits on us, he's not shooting, and that's good.
Roger that, sir.
Also, maybe we can shoot him from up here. There's no way enemies with squad sight will be able to expose our sniper. We just need to move up. Of course, this character is not very useful if they're not reloaded. In here, we'll go into Overwatch. Sometimes these guys get crafty. Yeah, okay, so this is exactly what I expected him to do, and it's going to be his downfall. Alright, these are people unpanicking, and we're going to wrap this mission up. Watch this noise. Okay, she's got a medikit, so taking actions won't cause her to take damage. When you heal someone and they're in the cloud, they lose the racked condition. This guy's now at full health. And I'm going to activate the motion tracker. Yeah, I do believe that is the only enemy on the map. Let's take a double move though, just to be safe. So now we're not poisoned. And of course, to hit all three of us, it had the center of the poison on this character, which meant that we wouldn't have to move through another bit of poison to get out. And of course, she can do that thing. So then she's gonna haul ass. We know there's no more enemies on her radar, so we're safe to move up here. We're not gonna be exposed to some other pod activation. And with 100% chance to hit, 94% chance to crit, we finish off the last enemy on the map.
Another successful operation.
20 enemies down, 0 XCOM operatives lost. I do believe we took some wounds. Thank goodness for autosave. Thank goodness for Bastion rigging and scopes.
Not a single casualty among the entire squad.
Boom, guys. Boom. It was pretty rough. We encountered a lot of enemies, but we dealt with them well. Our private leveled up. Our corporal goes to sergeant. Good to have another sergeant. And mostly the recovery times are kind of short.
We will be in touch, Commander.
Okay, since we've got a little bit of extra time, because I went through half a mission here, I'm going to go through and level up people and talk about some abilities. And we'll just make this a short episode, since it's a part of a two-parter, and the other one was already an hour. So let's do this. All right, we've got another operator here. Double tap, flush. Lone Wolf is what we had on the last mission, and it was good. I think that's definitely the way to go with the operator. I can't really say no to that. Here we have an infiltrator. She's already got lightning reflexes, will to survive, low profile. Tactical sense makes the most sense. Aggression, if you really want to pump up the damage, is a good, it's kind of late game, better equipment choice. Avenger, I feel the same about. When you have better pistols, Avenger becomes really good. Like really good, especially with plasma. But for the moment, staying alive is often a challenge for us. Here we have Aaron Ryan and infantry. Suppression, field medic is a good choice. Boosts that willpower by 2 points, and you get 1 weightless medikit charge. I find that very, very useful often. Suppression into quick draw is not a bad choice, especially when your inventory space is limited, because the laser sight's great. It can be a bit hard to use. Personally, at the beginning of the game, I think quick draw is kind of a weaker choice because you have easy access to the laser sight, and laser sight's awesome. And field medic is a solid choice, especially because it comes with a little bit of stat boost. The suppression infantry makes a good lieutenant choice, I think. And that's kind of my solid corpsman build. So you can suppress for as long as you want, because you can reload every turn and suppress again. It's all good. I wonder if you get an aim penalty with a battle rifle when suppressing like that. I don't know, I'm curious. Let's see about equipping the battle rifle here. An opportunist battle rifle shot would be sick, so I'm into it. Basically, once I start to specialize a character, I don't feel like waiting until the beginning of a mission to do it, so we're just going to get out of the way. All right, Mayhem. For me, the obvious choice is Shredder. Danger Zone is a close second, and anti-material shells isn't bad, but I don't know that there's that much point to it. Mayhem is great. It does reduce your mobility, but that's because it's so flippin' powerful. Deal 2 damage to enemies when suppressing them. Explosives deal +2 damage. Gunner weapons deal +2 damage, +1 with flush. Sniper weapons deal +4 damage. Okay, so all we get 2 extra damage on our gunner weapons, and any grenades we carry will do 2 extra damage as well. That's a lot. And then, of course, when we suppress, whenever we damage an enemy, they'll be shredded. So here, your suppression becomes a single target shredding, which is great. Here, it becomes a multi-target light amount of damage. The choice is up to you. I think shredding is really important, especially in my mod where there tend to be quite high health enemies. And this makes you pretty good against everything. It kind of guarantees that your soldiers will be able to break through almost any damage reduction because they'll be doing 40% more damage against whatever target. You can apply it without worrying about anything. I prefer to put it on the Predator cannon so I can do it from really long ranges if I have a scope. And it's awesome. All right, what do we have here? All right, Corporal Werewolf. We chose Running Gun, which gives us a lot of flexibility at the cost of double attacks. And eventually, if we take Rapid Fire, it does mean that we can actually have the same amount of attacks plus the mobility, and we're just brutal and awful. If you're going Shotgun Assassin, you've got 2 choices. Sprinter guarantees you'll be able to get to your target, flank them, and blow them away. And Avenger means you'll always be able to use something to do significant damage. If you are... Assaults make really good covert operatives, especially if you go hit and run into Avenger, because they're nice and tough even without decent armor. They can use their pistols quite well and at various ranges, and of course pistols all you get as a covert op. And then hit and run means that you can get 2 attacks off and easily reload that pistol. Close encounters isn't a bad choice either. But pistols aren't terribly effective, especially early in the game, against targets that you're not already flanking. For us, Sprinter's so good. But we're gonna go with Avenger. It's a little more general, I would say. And right now, the Sprinter, like getting someone way out in front of us could get us into trouble, and we don't have the equipment to survive you know, a really bad move just yet. Bastion rigging can go a long way, but it's risky. So what do I call these guys? I think it is, I think it's like Berserker or something. Blitz. Berserker. All right, what do we have here? Oh, we got a sleeper who is straight up to Corporal. I know we've got a muscle fiber density and a tanky one already, so maybe rapid fire into adaptive lensing. These 2 abilities combo really well. I don't know that I need to say too much about it. Pretty good aim, it looks like, and moderate everything else. Yeah, this will be fine. Rapid fire is fantastic. I believe the heavy rack doesn't actually suffer the aim penalty from firing as your second action when you use rapid fire on either shot, but I'm interested to find out. Other choices, drum magazine of course decreases your crit chance by 20%, but doesn't affect your aim or anything else, so that's awesome, and gives us lots of extra ammo, which we'll need because we're rapid firing. And then probably a scope is your optimal choice, especially since the heavy rack has really solid aim, but we'll wait until they're on a mission. Let's just finish leveling up all these corporals. All right, our sentinel sniper, is that what I call them? Big bro, huh? So ready for anything, we can go into Sentinel. You could go into Snapshot, but Sentinel gives you 3 shots per turn, which is awesome. And of course, the most fire that a sniper can put out in my mod. Perfect for the sniper rack. Definitely need that ammo capacity, however. And of course, the more aim, the better, because you don't really have perfect Overwatch, right? You're still penalized by a good chunk, 40%. It is worth noting that Bastion rigging and heavier armor is a great deal for these snipers because they aren't terribly mobile, and so you might often find the front lines encroaching on them. Since sniper racks and marksman racks have such extended Overwatch range, as long as you've got squad sight, which of course all snipers do, it shouldn't be too bad. You can definitely keep them in the back, but often I find the enemy kind of pushes in on them, or I like to pull back, right, and then that kind of leaves them exposed. So heavier armor, not so bad. Okay, we've got 2 more. Here is, all right, let's go back. Here's a command. Aha, this is our light grenadier. Though they get bombarded into sapper, that makes a amazing combo with demolition rigging. Now we've got grenadier, sapper, bombard. We can destroy terrain from huge distances thanks to the range that we get from bombard. Unfortunately, we only get 2 grenades, unlike the Vandal, who at this point could have like 4 explosive grenades and 2 rockets. That's not quite the point. With that kind of range and explosive power, I think low profile is very good for letting you position yourself wherever you need to be to chunk that grenade, and a ton of mobility is where it's at. I wouldn't mind. We're going to put a cutthroat on her. She's already got a lot of mobility. I like to keep it, I think 13 and up is solid mobility. 15 to 16 is really good. Anything over that, I try and trade for better equipment. Heavier sidearms, stuff like that. And nickname. And who we got here? It looks like we've got... Come on, Scout. The Commando. So Scouts who specialize in this first rank here excel at dealing damage to enemies. Flanking enemies, safely moving past them, flanking them, shooting them in the back. Ridiculous crit, concealment. They push the front lines, but not by being tough like assaults, but by being sneaky, well-positioned, and deadly. That is how they do. They're kind of skirmisher of the bunch. Here, Lone Wolf is a solid choice if you don't mind trading the durability that comes with low profile. Low profile, once again, provides durability by letting you wear heavier armors. However, if you're not going to wear heavier armors, then you can skip it and go for Lone Wolf, because most light armors come with low profile on their own. That gives you excellent positioning, all that stuff. And of course, if you're out in front, often you have your pick of heavy cover. The only question is, you need to flank the enemy, and that often requires pretty finicky positioning, which makes low profile a better choice. I think if you have awesome equipment, you can often afford to go Lone Wolf. If you don't, low profile is probably the way to go. Commandos also make pretty good choices for covert op. I think hit and run is probably one of the best covert ops. The infiltrators do as well. All right, and we've got a couple sergeants here, lieutenant. All right, let's level these guys up too. Okay, here we are. We've got our surgeon. Sprinter helps you deliver those medikits where they need to be. And of course, with paramedic, it means you can move up a long ways, heal someone, move back. Holo targeting, you can get here later if you don't have holo targeting, or maybe all your holo targeting characters have died. A nice safe pick with the command, especially if you give them a scope and one of the heavier rifles will let them apply holo targeting from kind of the back ranks. Personally, Sprinter on my surgeon is oh so good. And then, of course, first responder. Let's talk about first responder. This is actually it's a rethemed version of the regenerative biofield perk. So it gives you 3 willpower. Nearby allies have 1 health restored. Ooh, typo. Each turn and have a chance to recover from acid and panic faster. This only repairs health, not armor. So everyone near this guy is going to regenerate. Great for sleepers because they often have very high health banks. Good for mechs, I believe. And the only reason I don't think it's totally OP is I know that a single critical hit can take away 9 turns of damage, and green fog. This is balanced for green fog in particular, because it means the longer you take, the worse everyone's aim and willpower is going to be. So I think green fog makes this balanced. Without it, I think it's a little OP. But, you know, XCOM soldiers are kind of weak. It's probably only OP until heavy floaters and mutant elites hit the field, and then, you know, it balances back out. But it is good. Okay, here we've got our Vandal. Awesome. Here, tons of grenades. Positioning with grenades, super important. You want to get close. We don't have the range that Bombard gives us, and we won't for a long, long time. And of course, there are other tempting things to take alongside it. So being mobile will have to do. Note that we are uber fast. So maybe we can upgrade to... I like to bring a shotgun on these guys, as it gives them a ton of versatility. Explosives of all sorts, rockets, shotgun. Just a really, really nice explosive character to have around. One of the reasons I don't mind handing out so many explosive charges, because you'll notice this is a ton of grenades compared to what Longboard would give you. And in Longboard, grenades were amazing. I have, by increasing the number of enemies, you know, suggesting that you use target enrichment as one of the second wave options, and upping the total number of enemies, I think grenade charges become a little less effective. And I think that means that you can carry more, which I think is fun. And it kind of evens out this higher number of explosives you can carry, because you can carry a ton of explosives. It's also one of the reasons I have very high health enemies pop up randomly. So you know, some sectoids that have like 11 health. That way you can't just destroy them with explosives all that easily. Explosives can help a lot, especially by exposing them, but I think it balances out the high availability of explosives in my mod. All right, here we've got Tomas Lopez. He is going down the straight up infantry perk left side. What is that? Marksman. These guys, of course, plus 10 crit. So good. Aggression. Yeah, we'll take that. Now our crit chance can be up to 40% higher than normal, and we can take 2 shots, and we're never going to run out of ammo. It's awesome. Obviously, the heavy rack is nice because of the high damage, but the low crit chance, the rifleman rack is the best all around, and with our specialties, it starts to look really good. Great choices. Analysis module can bump your crit chance up even higher, and a scope, of course. And I would probably take that if I were sending him out right now. Here we have a Sergeant Sleeper. Nice. Close encounters, muscle fiber density, bioelectric skin. This combo is incredibly useful for large UFOs. They can jump up on the roof, and kind of scan for enemies by running across the top. Then they can drop down, close encounters. They've got some mobility. It's awesome, so awesome. Plus, bioelectric skin stuns to the tentacle grabber enemies if they come too close. I'm not sure what it does to other enemies with concealment. I don't think it affects them, but I'm not sure, and I'm curious to find out, because no other enemies have concealment except in my mod. All right, let's see. We've got 2 more to go. On specialists, I usually wait to level them up until I know what I'm going to need from them. But once you hit sergeant, I think it's time to just focus on your specialty and you know, forget about the consequences. All right, here we've got smoke grenade into smoke and mirrors, steadfast, and I suggest hollow targeting. You can take battle scanners. Battle scanners should probably add 2 aim. Maybe, I don't know. I think it's fine as is, but 2 aim is what I generally give when you take the battle scanners perk. I think hollow targeting, this center line, who I said guardian, but I actually vigilant. Is these guys specialize in increasing your defense and decreasing the chance to hit. They really try and swing that statistical gap. Lots of smoke, hollow targeting, and then of course they just want to stay reliable. Steadfast and resilience means that they're tough, won't be critically hit, increases their raw stats a bit. Metal increases their raw stats some more. And then Packmaster guarantees that they will have tons of items to be used at all times. Basically making this guy like the dependable heart of the squad and a utility master, focusing on defense and kind of assisting your friends. The Vigilant, kind of the perfect officer candidate. Mostly. And then what do we have here? All right, here we've got our Vanguard, Will to Survive, Hit and Run, Hollow Targeting. With these abilities, you're going to be up front, you're going to be mobile, probably shifting around. Tactical Sense is great if Overwatch is really murdering you. You don't have many scouts to tank it. I think Resilience is a great choice. It does come with 2 aim, 2 will, 1 mobility. And then immunity to critical hits means that this character, their Will to Survive is going to be extra effective, right? Because it keeps the enemy's damage, at least until you get into the nastier enemies, low by not letting them critically hit. Remember, critical hits are kind of like medium wounds compared to long war. They often don't one-shot you unless the enemy also has Slayer. But not only does this protect you from Slayer and aggression, very common perks that you have to deal with throughout the game, it also means that if you get flanked because you're too far forward or you're going for that flank shot yourself, the results won't be too awful. And it combos so well with Will to Survive, and the enemy's kind of lower base damage in my mod. So beginning of the game when you don't have a lot of tough armor, that's the way to go. And then a Lance Corporal, we can wait to see. I like to wait on the first and second perks in case I have gaps in my roster pop up suddenly from, say, one-shot death, maybe an outsider, nuke someone instantly, or, you know, whatever. But it's just good to have backup. With this kind of mobility, I'd probably consider Vandal really hard, or Snapshot, of course, benefits from mobility because it lets you move and shoot these rockets much more efficiently. And once you get Javelin rockets, you are crazy accurate even after you move at medium distances. So we'll wait. All right, so we leveled up the roster. There's a bit of meta roster for you. Looking up here, we've got 3 of everything except for command. We've got 1 extra assault scouts. We've got 1 extra snipers. We've got 2 above norm. And sadly, our gunners are looking a little weak here, so we really want to bring another gunner into the fold. That doesn't look like it's going to happen just yet. We do have some rookies, which is nice. We can throw a couple of them into other missions. And we have an extra slot in our... I did buy squad size 1. I kind of regret it. I probably won't use it on most missions, and you should seriously consider sending groups of 6 on most missions. But it is a good way to get rookies through their first mission with a squad of like 5 experienced soldiers, and for tackling those really heavy missions, which happen kind of often in my mods due to the increased number of enemies. So, yeah, let's see what the world has in store for us in the next episode, and we'll wrap up this part 2 kind of shorty mission. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, I've got cash. What am I buying? Geothermal engine is up. I think it is time to build... No, I need 36 engineers. I hate you. Foundry's already going. 36 engineers. How many engineers do I have? I have 36 engineers. That must not have been what it meant. Not enough power. I need to put in here how long these things take to build. How many days of the month do I have left? 14th. Sadly, all right. Let's quick build this. I may have to quick build the satellite uplink too. As a matter of fact, I believe I will, which is sad, sad news. I could have avoided this if I'd carefully counted my power and sold some stuff a bit earlier. That said, let's hire some more soldiers. And next thing we're buying are more interceptors. $12 meld for 2 scientists. Yeah, I'll make that trade right now. I'm not using meld for too much, though I have not been collecting a ton either. Yep. I'll do that.
Contact detected.
Okay, a small scout. Everyone is ready to go. Let's send the Gin Hunter, who's experienced. I think stacking XP is good. I haven't been able to make a successful intercept over America just yet. I wonder if it's the UFO's paths. I've had some complaints that Asia also has trouble getting a full intercept on. What you gonna do?
Contact lost.
At least they're not screwing with my satellites. Alright. Remember, we're getting these requests because we researched alien materials.
Commander, the Council is requesting your attention.
Oh,
Secure transmission coming in
schnapps.
now.
What does the Council want? Council wants to give me 2 scientists, 2 engineers, and 75 cash to go on mission Portent. Not now, Council. 8 hours left.
The new engineers arrived this morning, Commander. We're always glad to have more help down here.
I can't tell how long it's going to take to build my facility. I feel like it'll be done in less. But yeah, guys. All right, next mission is going to be Portent. We'll capture some cash that'll help us build that satellite. Maybe. Maybe it'll be enough. And if we can finish the satellite uplink in like 12 days, we might be good to launch
Satellite uplink
over
facilities at maximum capacity.
where
Additional uplink required.
we could complete. We could take Germany and Russia, which would be pretty solid. Or we could finish up Canada and the US, which would give us air superiority versus 20% more funding. Plus 1 bonus health for new infantry and assault soldiers, which is not bad at all. Cash reduction for mech and shiv. Maybe here, +4 bonus will for sleeper and command. And 25% reduction time to complete autopsies and interrogations. That's pretty tempting. Plus a lot of cash, but it won't be as much cash as taking over all of Europe. And I think grabbing Europe might be our higher priority. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Sorry it got froze there, but I'm glad the autosave saved us. And of course, I hope you enjoyed seeing the ideas behind the various classes. I'm sure there'll be a lot of action in the next mission, so I'll see you then. Until then, my friends, farewell. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.